Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your March 2024 mid-month general reading. So we're looking roughly at the last half of March, and this reading is for the air sign of Aquarius. I hope everyone's doing well. Thanks so much for taking the time to be here and watch these videos. So Aquarius, if your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign is in Aquarius, if you're cross-watching for Aquarian, it is all relevant. As we often say, of course, it's a general reading, so it may resonate a little differently for everyone. If you know all of your sign placements or any of them, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, watch them as well because that can bring an additional insight and perspective into your own personal situation. Now, if you find that something really does resonate with you, it really hits home, and you'd like to take a deeper look at it, maybe pull the curtains back on it a bit, or you simply like the reading style, if you're interested in a personal reading with me for yourself or as a gift for someone else, please email me at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I can usually respond the same day with more information or within 24 hours. I offer quite a wide array of readings, different types, lengths, styles, costs, spreads. There's something in there for everyone. And I'm pretty diligent at working on scheduling things in a timely manner as well. So if you're interested, email me at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. You can see that contact info by clicking the description or the title of this video. And I'd love to hear from you. All right, let's move right into this reading, Aquarius. I am using the Royal Deluxe Tarot. Looks like this. I like the masks on the back of it. And clarifying with the Gilded Tarot. Both decks are by artist Cyril Marchetti. All right, Aquarius. Let's see what the last half of March looks like for you. Well, turn them the right way. We begin with the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or somebody who's manifesting like the Queen of Cups. It is showing up as a female, but in a general reading could be male as well. Emotional, but emotionally responsible, emotionally balanced and controlled. Somebody who's very sensitive and in tune with their own emotions and the emotions of people around them. Great source of support, love, feedback. Seems to have an intuitive sense of what other people need, what they're feeling. Showing up as someone significant for you, Aquarius. With that, we have the Four of Wands, happy home, celebrations, celebrations with friends and family, the traditional wedding card of the tarot. Next, we have the Six of Swords, which is a card of healing, of putting the worst behind you and moving into smoother, calmer, more peaceful waters. So it looks like perhaps it's been difficult in the past. This is transitional, meaning you're not quite to the other shore and on solid ground, but you're moving in the right direction. You may be kind of taking a look at what has worked in the past, what hasn't worked in the past, and maybe taking a look at changing some of the way that you look at things in order to take action in a different way to make something better. With the Hierophant, the convention, the norm, the tradition, the prescribed path, the system, kind of the institutional energy. The Four of Wands right next to the Hierophant is classic traditional wedding or marriage energy here, but it's the norm. And what I'm seeing here is that, Aquarius, there's peace and healing and balance in the solidity and safety of the tried and true. Next, we have the Emperor attached to the sign of Aries. This can represent you, bossing up, taking control of things, making decisions that are best for the greater good. Responsible, controlled. For some of you, this might be somebody else that's relevant or influential here. Could be an Aries, it could be an older male person, somebody in a position of status, authority. It might be with the Hierophant, it might be somebody respected, a priest, a pastor, a counselor. Let's see what's with the Emperor. The Hanging Man. Waiting, watching, perhaps looking at things like I picked up in the Six of Swords, trying to get a different perspective, right? Because that's what the hanging man does. He hangs upside down from what is known as the tree of knowledge, right? Why is he hanging upside down? It's a temporary, it might represent some temporary sacrifices in order to see something differently, to see something from a different perspective, because then you might be able to see aspects of it that you haven't, and it might give you ideas on what to do moving forward, so that when you do take action, you're doing it with a different, a better, a more clear perspective, perhaps breaking with the way that you were doing things. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy and focus is the Two of Cups. So the overall theme is the Two of Cups, which means that there is a relationship here, at least a best friend, kindred spirit energy here. It may be romantic for some of you, it often is, but not necessarily, so that's the theme. So this is more of a relationship-centric reading here. So looks like there was some issues, and it may be issues based on how you and another person looked at things. It may be that you saw things in different ways. Maybe one of you wanted to make a more traditional commitment, like marriage, getting engaged, something like that, you know, like kind of like that norm prescribed path, and maybe the other one of you didn't. And that caused some conflict or some chaos, but there's definitely a very strong karmic connection here, and Spirit saying that there is healing in the tried and true. I mean, free will, free agency, but let's clarify that overall energy of the Two of Cups. Four of Swords, taking a step back. Again, it feels like there's been some kind of difficulty, some kind of conflict, some kind of separation, distance, whether it's physical or emotional or a combination of both. Six of Swords, again, that card of healing, and the Eight of Wands. It's based on taking action. It feels here like action is required, but an action based on a change of perspective. And it feels also like you shouldn't waste too much time in getting on this, because it feels like you're not doing anything right now, and there are things available that you could do to begin some kind of reparation or healing process here. Let's take a look at this Two of Cups and the Four of Wands. You may be thinking about getting away for a trip, or taking your special person away for a kind of a trip to, you know, whether it's a short trip or a long trip, getting away for a bit, to kind of perhaps reconnect with each other, remember why you came together in the first place. Clarify Queen of Cups, Four of Wands. Yeah, Judgment, Three of Cups, Three of Swords. I think the two of you saw something differently. I think in the beginning you may have been more in alignment with each other, meaning that, you know, some of you, it may be that you started dating someone probably quite some time ago. And maybe in the beginning, both of you were pretty lighthearted about it, maybe kind of non-committal about it, just enjoying the time that you had with each other, you know, enjoying just enjoying each other a lot, having a good time. But it came to a point where there was choices and decisions that naturally kind of occur in the path of a relationship as it progresses. Of, okay, so I'm making this commitment, let's be exclusive, and then let's do this, and you can meet my people, and I can, you know, all of these things. And then with that Four of Wands, it probably came to a point where it, you know, okay, let's make a deeper commitment that's based on a deeper level of commitment and responsibility, you know, like marriage here for some of you. But it was turned down. You turned them down, they turned you down. Something, there's a difference in viewpoints and ideology, but there's a chance here that I'm seeing, a chance, because that's what Judgment is, sometimes called that second chance card. You know, there's a chance to heal this moving forward, but it is based on action, which is based on seeing things, taking the time to kind of take a step back and look at it from a different viewpoint, maybe the one that you didn't want to look at before. It's going to require action on your part and a willingness to do perhaps the things that you weren't wanting to do before. Tell me about the Emperor and the Hanging Man. And I feel like Spirit here is saying, for some of you, it may be a deeper commitment or marriage issue, you know, kind of making that commitment. And perhaps it was that in the past, maybe you were married before in the past, or you had a long-term relationship in the past and it didn't end well, or it was really painful for you. And so you promised yourself you weren't ever going to do it that way again, or make that kind of commitment again, because you didn't want to go through that again. But here Spirit is saying, you know, free will, free agency, right? But, you know, if you paint everything with the same paintbrush from one picture, it's all going to get smudged, and it's going to carry throughout all the paintings you paint, right? It's like, I'm going to judge everybody by this one person I had this experience with. And Spirit is saying there is something in the tried and true, right? There is something in, there's peace and stability and comfort and balance in the system, in the marriage, in the commitment, in that prescribed path, and it provides kind of an umbrella of security too. Let's take a look at the Emperor and the Hanging Man. Ace of Cups, the Lovers, and the High Priestess. You already know what to do here. I think that you know what to do, depending on what you want most. Obviously, with the Lovers, a decision, I mean, you have the Two of Cups and the Lovers. Obviously, a choice, a decision needs to be made, because the Lovers represents a relationship at a crossroads, and a choice needs to be made, whether about the relationship itself or in another area of life that's going to impact the relationship. Might be choosing between two people for some of you. But if you want some kind of renewal or fresh start in this, you're going to have to trust your intuition as to how you need to do it, which is a pretty good indication with the High Priestess that you already know that. So it's kind of a fish or cut bait sort of scenario here, Aquarius. If you want not only to hold on to something, but to have a fresh, renewed start in it, you have to take a look at shifting your perspective and broadening it, so that you can, you know, to say, well, just because that happened to me in the past doesn't mean anything I do in that area is going to end up that same way again, depending on how much you want, what you want this relationship to be. If you're not willing to do that, fair enough, but then it's a situation you need to let go of in order to be fair to both of you. So let's end with some advice, guidance, feedback from Spirit. Because strong karmic connection here, Aquarius. There's no lack of love and caring and, you know, wanting to be with each other, but there's a significant difference in how you look at your commitment moving forward, based on looking at it from the experiences you've had in the past, which don't have anything to do with this person. So, yeah. Guidance. Strength. Facing your fears, your doubts, your insecurities moving forward. Not telling yourself, well, I can't because of this, and I can't because of that, and I can't because of the other thing, and this might happen, and that might happen, and the other thing might happen. Knight of Cups and that Queen of Cups. Again, the Queen of Cups. Knight of Cups. Make the offer or accept the offer. And trust to Spirit. Wheel of Fortune. Divine timing and orchestration. It feels like Spirit is providing perhaps one last chance here with Judgment. To have a renewal in an already existing but stagnant or dying situation. But it's going to require a different perspective and a leap of faith for many of you. So I think I will leave it there, Aquarius. Those are your messages for the second half of March 2024. I hope you found them useful. I hope they gave you something to think about or validated what you were already thinking and feeling. Again, if something did strike home with you and you'd like to pull the curtain back, take a deeper look at it, or you simply enjoy the reading style, if you're interested in a reading with me for yourself or as a gift for someone else, please email me at maggie@gmail.com. I would be delighted to hear from you and to work with you. You can also get that contact info by clicking the description or title of this video. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the April general readings. Until then, stay well, stay safe, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.